Hello and welcome everyone. In this video we'll be taking a closer look at weapons from Resident Evil 4 Remake and the original Resident Evil 4 and comparing them to see if they're still as good as they were or if they've gotten better or worse. So without any further ado, let's get started. First up, let's talk about the handguns. In the classic Resident Evil 4, it's a reliable choice for taking down basic enemies, and as you progress you'll find more powerful options like the Red 9 and the Black Tie. And in the remake, all pistols got a bit downgraded, but we see the biggest downgrade in these two, which were considered as the best handguns by many players in the original game, and that's because they were really overpowered. The Red 9 had an insane firepower with a good handling when you have the stock on, and the Black Tie was also very powerful and steady with a smaller size and high capacity and fast reload speed. In the remake, they're still pretty good, but not nearly as good as they used to be. Both of them got a decrease in firepower, and the Red 9 is now really hard to aim, even with the stock on because of the bloom, and the Black Tie has much smaller capacity and slow reload speed. This one is a definite win for the OG. Next up we have the shotguns. In the classic game, many people use the first two shotguns till they get the striker and never use them again. And that's very understandable because the striker was very overpowered compared to the other two, and it had the disman glitch, which was a very nice thing to have. But in the remake it's a whole different story. The first two shotguns are really good now, especially when fully upgraded. They become really satisfying to use and much better than they used to be, which makes them very useful against any enemy in the game. And what makes them stand out even more is that the striker had a big downgrade, and it's now nowhere near what it used to be. It now has a massive spread, making the accuracy a huge problem, and it has the lowest firepower out of all shotguns. In the OG, if you get the exclusive, you get 100 bullet capacity, and it actually fills it up for you, so even if you don't have any bullets, after you get the exclusive, you will get 100 shotgun shells. And that happens every time you make a capacity upgrade, but that's not the case in the remake. So after you get the exclusive, it will be able to hold 48 bullets at once, but good luck trying to fill that. So just because of the first two weapons, I think the remake wins in this category. Now let's take a look at the rifles. They've made some really nice additions to make these weapons even better than they used to be. An example of that would be the ability to inflict triple the damage if you manage to shoot the enemies in their weak spots. Take the first rifle for instance. It does a whopping 31.8 firepower if you successfully hit one of these shots. That's even higher than what it used to be in the original game. In addition, now it has a much better fire rate, and you can attach any scope on both rifles, and it just feels more satisfying to use. The Stingray is also really good. It still has that rapid semi-auto fire rate, and that in addition to the special rifle feature makes this weapon feel amazing. I used to prefer this one to the first rifle in the OG, but now both of them are really good. I like the fact that you can remove the scope and use it only with the iron sight. That makes the weapon useful for both close range and long range combat. I think they did a really good job with the snipers in the remake. Both Magnums got a decrease in firepower, but the thing that really stands out for me is the accuracy for the broken butterfly. Because it doesn't have a laser sight, it's very hard to hit targets with this bloom, and Magnum ammo is really rare in this game and you don't want to be missing shots because of something like that. This one is definitely better in the OG, but the Killer 7 on the other hand is still amazing. It does have less firepower than it used to, but in the OG it didn't have any exclusive, but now it has an exclusive which is a 30% critical shot chance, and the critical shots can randomly happen at any time, and when it does double the damage. And this weapon has a laser sight built in with it, so you don't have to equip any attachment or anything, and a good reload speed and overall stats. The Bolt Thrower, which used to be called the Mine Thrower. Both really terrible and not much to say about them, but the exclusive for the Mine Thrower makes the mines target enemies automatically, so you don't really have to aim at them really well. And now the Bolt Thrower has more features like silence retrievable ammo in addition to mines, and you can make ammo, so I think that makes it slightly better. The Chicago Sweeper, or the Chicago Typewriter. These two doesn't feel anywhere near each other. The Chicago Typewriter used to be very overpowered. It had unlimited ammo from the start and you didn't have to upgrade it at all, although it did cost 1 million. It had an insane damage output, 10 per shot, and with that rapid fire rate, this thing was unstoppable. It was more like an assault rifle rather than an SMG, and now you have to get the exclusive to get the unlimited ammo, and the firepower is much lower than it used to be, but if we had an unlimited version of the CQBR, that would have been a strong contender for it, because this one doesn't compare at all. The cannon also got a massive downgrade. What once used to be an unlimited one-shot kill weapon and probably one of the strongest weapons in Resident Evil games is now just a regular Magnum with a less firepower than the Broken Butterfly and worse accuracy than the Killer 7. But at least it still has unlimited ammo. The rocket launcher. You may not realize the difference between them, but the rocket launcher is actually more powerful in the remake, because back in the original it didn't one-shot every boss in the professional difficulty. You either had to aim at their weak spots first, or one shot just wasn't enough, like the U3 or Salazar or Saldar's boss fights. But now you just point and shoot and it's done. You can kill bosses even before they have a chance to attack. The only remaining weapon now is the PRL, but we didn't get to see that in the remake. Maybe it will be added in a separate ways DLC, or maybe they don't want to add it at all, as it would make some achievements a lot easier to get. But who knows, you can tell me what you think down in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, and you can check out this video where I showcased all the weapons in Resident Evil 4 Remake. And if you like it, subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. Peace.